All right. So, okay, so I'm going to start with the title of mine, Joey.
Okay.
Not finished with it.
Okay.
Okay, so mine's going to be called Batman Dance of Shadows.
Dance of Shadows.
There's a colon in there.
Dance of Shadows.
Dance of Shadows.
Okay, I'm interested in the dance part. Does Robin take up ballet in this like he does in the 60s?
No.
Thing? Okay.
No. Tap.
How dare you? He's like, no! As he's rewriting his whole pitch.
Stop it. All right, so I like how you did the moral thing way at the beginning. So as you were talking, I was kind of typing up mine.
Oh, I wondered, like you were on your phone. I'm like, damn it, Owen, are you not paying attention?
I was paying attention.
Okay,
I was also just kind of thinking a little bit, changing some tad bit here and there.
Yeah.
All right, so I was thinking of Bruce's like struggles throughout the film, and this is a moral that kind of goes a lot in the comics with Bruce Wayne Batman.
Yeah.
And it's the idea of having to choose between loved ones and his mission.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like take that way to the forefront of this film idea. Okay.
Okay.
And this is also going to challenge Batman's ideas of never killing a villain, which I'm sure he's challenged a lot, and which is also another centric Batman film.
Now, okay, random question.
Huh.
Do you just kind of pretend that Batman didn't kill anybody in BVS, or do you?
I never saw BVS, so I have no idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're just kind of. So this is still meant to be like this is what you would do with Affleck's Batman. You just kind of change it a bit if.
Well, I'm sure.
Okay.
I think
because it's never like outright said that he kills anybody, but like with what he does, it definitely seems like he killed people during that. So. Maybe. Interesting that you bring that up. Okay, maybe. I'm curious.
He was just. Let's just pretend he never killed anyone.
BVS is a very loose thing.
Yeah.
We acknowledge in this. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so getting into the film, I'm gonna intro just after what we see in BVS, where Bruce's parents are killed.
Yeah. Okay.
And we see just the very sad figure of little Bruce Wayne, just crying above his parents, right? And then. Off to the corner, we're gonna have like a pan shot. I want to kind of do this like dark and behind this figure, but you see like a figure
someone like around the corner.
Yeah, just
looking,
just like watching Wayne, and then he approaches, and Bruce looks up, and he's like, and the man that approaches is like, basically he offers him, he's like, if you want to avenge your parents, I can teach you how to fight.
Hey kid, want to be a superhero?
basically, right? So. So I'm gonna cut there, and then I'm just gonna jump straight to the present.
Modern time.
Yep,
okay.
Straight to the present.
So I don't know if this is getting into like spoilers for what happens later on. So does Bruce just go with this guy and like just live with him for years and years, or
you can assume what you want,
or like does he just be like, no, I'm gonna go back to Alfred? Like is Alfred? Because I don't think they established in BVS whether or not Alfred like actually was the family butler, or if he's just like some friend helping Batman.
I'm gonna, since that's not established, what I would do is I would have him go with him for a few years, and maybe contact Alfred so he knows what's happening, but. Just like I'm gonna like,
or maybe somehow he meets Alfred later.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. Okay, and you can just and then you could just do that. He's kind of like the Earth One Alfred, where like he's just a military vet.
Yep,
and that's how he kind of gets to
something like that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cut to the present now, and we're gonna see some political figure in Gotham, he's like on a podium and he's speaking, right?
Okay, is he an actual character, or is this just like?
It's
politician number one.
Politician number one.
Okay, so it's not like Hamilton Hill, Harvey Dent.
Yeah, it's not
Commissioner Loeb.
It's nobody. It's nobody that important, and you'll see why.
Gotcha.
And so he's in the middle of his speech.
Is this post Justice League, in theory?
Post Justice League.
Okay,
yeah. So he's in the middle of his speech, and then all of a sudden, bam! Shot. He just shot through the head. Things there, and then so after that, I'm gonna cut to news, and you see Bruce Wayne. Hey Alfred, you heard anything about this? And he's like, yes sir. He's the second politician dead this week, and we're like, oh.
Okay, so someone's targeting politicians.
Someone's targeting politicians, essentially. And
I have a guess. I have a guess, but you keep going.
All right. So we're gonna have later. We're gonna have maybe a quick conversation with Alfred right there, and then we're just gonna jump straight into the Batman. Right. And we're gonna have Bruce Wayne in the middle of the night. He's gonna go investigate this killing, right? Okay. So he goes, investigates, and he finds like military grade equipment that was used. After that, he's just gonna kind of look into it, like, interesting, you know.
So like, what kind of equipment? Like
we're gonna see like
special kind of
bullet
guns,
casing
bullets?
type thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, bullet casing. He's gonna like be able to track the trajectory of the bullet, so he's gonna track where it was shot from. He looks there.
Okay.
Just because he's, you know, ultra detective.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna have that cut there, and then after that we're gonna go straight into him in the Batcave, and he's like looking into like the different weapons and stuff. He's like, oh, this is very military. This is high tech stuff.
Analyzing with like the Bat computer and crap. Yeah. Cool.
So then he kind of has a plan, and Alfred's gonna approach him with the plan, actually. So what he's gonna do is Alfred's gonna be like, hey, Bruce, there's a fancy person party that's going on later tonight. I can get you an invitation if you'd like to go. And he goes, okay.
Is that actual dialogue? Bruce, there's a fancy party going on.
Definitely.
Master Wayne, there's a fancy schmancy party that you should go to.
Right.
Do it.
So we're going to have Bruce Wayne, you know, all tidied up, you know, and he rolls out in his, like, I don't know.
Do we get like a
2021 Porsche?
Like a subversion of the Batman suiting up scene, and we have like Bruce Wayne suiting up with like doing his hair, getting a bow tie.
I think I'd do something
kind of
like
fun,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he's gonna roll out in his really fancy car. You know, he's not gonna obey. He's not gonna obey.
Whoever sponsors the movie is what car it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So he's gonna roll out really fancy car, not gonna obey street laws at all.
Of course.
Who does that? And he's gonna show up at the party, right? And he's like, okay, and he's kind of brushing shoulders right here. This is where I would cameo someone pretty rich and pretty important in the Batman films. I am going to introduce the Penguin. And I forget his real name.
Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot.
Yeah, Oswald Cobblepot.
So is he an actual factor in the film? Or
no, this is kind of just a teaser. You know? Like, oh, he exists.
So would he be the villain of the sequel, or would it just be
possibly?
Or is it?
I'll get into that later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the idea. So he's just there. Is there a scene like, does Bruce know he's the Penguin there, or is it just? Is the Penguin known as a figure, or is he appearing at this party as Oswald Cobblepot? People don't know he's a criminal thing.
He's appearing as Oswald Cobblepot. Like,
okay.
Yeah, he's got like the whole look going, you know, the monocle and everything.
So he looks very penguin-y, but no one knows he's really a criminal yet.
Yeah, no one knows he's a criminal.
Got it.
He's gonna approach Wayne, like, because essentially the backstory of Cobblepot is his family was ruined by the Waynes. Yeah. So he's gonna say something real snobby to Wayne, and Bruce is gonna kind of ignore it. Just after that,
doesn't even give him the light of day.
Yeah,
just walks by, grabs a martini glass, and just downs it. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
He's like, so, whatever, Oz. Okay, get out of here.
So after that, we're gonna hear gunshots. Pop, pop.
Oh no!
And Bruce is like, okay, this is what I was waiting for. So he runs out the building. Changes into Batman real quick.
So he figured somebody was going to be targeted.
Essentially, that was the whole part.
That's why he goes. Okay,
that was the whole point of going.
Sorry, I didn't pick up on that.
And so he looks, and so he tries to chase down the murder. He doesn't. Essentially, he goes to the murder scene, and then he sees someone escaping. He doesn't manage to catch him. He slips away, and Batman's like, "Dang!"
Doesn't yet know who he is.
Yep.
Okay.
And he doesn't know who he is, and so then he prepares. So then this is a couple nights later, whatever you want.
Yeah. Some time has passed.
Yeah, some time has passed. You see Batman just kind of overlooking Gotham, right? Thinking, and he's talking to Alfred, and he's talking about, okay, I think I know who the next target is, based off of, in targeting rich political
public
figures.
Events going on with political figures and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Is this like election season or something? Is that why there's a lot of things?
I think I can work that into there. That probably would be what I do.
They're all like mayoral candidates or something.
Yeah, essentially. So he goes to this politician's speech dressed as Batman, and
just, where's your invitation? Here, sir. Just Batman.
I'm Batman.
When you said Batman goes in, I just imagined Batman's like,
no,
I'm a guest.
No, my idea was that he was kind of watching.
He's like watching from a distance,
from the rooftop. Yeah.
Okay. That makes more sense than what I thought.
And then he's thinking, and he's like listening to like a radio station or whatever, and he's like, some realization comes across that he's at the wrong spot, because I guess this politician, I'd say he's less corrupt of the group,
Okay.
And he's like, okay.
So there's some connection between all the others, and he figures out that this person that he thinks is the next target does not fit that connection.
Yeah, does not fit that connection. And so he's like, crap, I know where it is. And he goes and he there's another political figure, probably the next big running candidate, probably the biggest running candidate, and he's gonna go there, and probably in a mansion type area. The guy is just kind of like sitting in his mansion, like, oh, we'll drink some tea and just wait, or he's like looking at some papers, right? And then you get Batman approaching, and you see probably like crosshairs over his head, and all of a sudden, boom, he gets tackled, right?
Oh, so it's like the camera shot is the crosshair.
Yeah, the crosshair.
That's cool. I like that.
And then so he gets tackled, and you try. Well, I think I do right before you get a shot of the villain's actual face. Deathstroke.
Heck yeah.
Orange and black.
So did you use Deathstroke too because he was confirmed?
Yeah, because he was confirmed.
Okay.
And
I was like, hey, this is probably the only thing that we both have in common.
Right.
Except I'm guessing he's a main character in yours, as opposed to just kind of showing up.
We'll see.
In mine. Okay.
So they fight. Deathstroke is the whole time he's done trying to get away with the murder, and now he's trying to escape.
Got it.
So he's fighting Batman, and Batman, what he's gonna end up doing is like cool fight scene,
Yeah.
Deathstroke goes to like stab him. Batman catches the blade and cracks it with his
the gauntlets.
The gauntlets. Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah.
And then he just knocks Deathstroke clean out, and he's like, got him, Alfred. And
so in this scenario, this is the first time he's encountered Deathstroke.
This is the first time he's encountered Deathstroke.
Okay.
Yeah. So he locks him up, puts him in the back of the back car, drives him up to Commissioner Gordon. He's like, oh, okay. Batman's like, I found the perpetrator of the crimes, whatever. His
name is Deadpool. I mean Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. Bad Joey.
Because Deadpool was created to be a parody of Deathstroke. That was the joke.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
really
that.
dumb. Well, because in his first appearance, Deadpool didn't have the fourth wall break thing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just Deathstroke, basically.
So he's going to deliver him to Commissioner Gordon, and Commissioner Gordon's probably familiar with Deathstroke at this point, correct? Maybe? Is Deathstroke new in the series, or is he like...
Well, he's never been mentioned in anything yet, in terms of like the DC movies.
I think he's a known character. He's like a known mercenary. Okay. That's my take on it.
Okay, so Batman figures out... So this is the first time they've encountered each other, but Deathstroke is a pretty well-known-ish assassin?
Yeah.
Okay, and so he knows...
And so Gordon's going to be talking to him, and he's like, this makes no sense. Why was he killing them? Deathstroke goes for money. He's killing some rich political corrupt figures.
So somebody was paying him to do it.
Yeah, and so Batman's like, crap. So he goes home thinking about this.
Because he thought, yay, this is it. I just did it. Oh, shoot, there's someone behind it. Okay.
Yeah, well. So he goes home thinking about this. He undresses, he's walking to bed now, right?
Good.
He's like, okay, Brucey's got to get some sleep, got a big day in the next day.
Does he call himself Brucey?
He calls himself Batman.
You're right, you're damn right.
So he's walking to bed, and all of a sudden, boom, he gets attacked, right?
Ooh.
He's in the middle of the night.
Is he naked? Because you said he's walking to bed.
He's in a robe. He's in a robe, okay?
But, so then can't really fight in a robe.
Shh, it's Batman.
Okay, you're right.
So he gets attacked, and he immediately starts fighting back, right? And whoever this dark figure is, dressed in black, she's just beating on Bruce.
Okay.
She is.
I see.
He's barely able to defend himself. Like, this is probably the toughest fighter he's ever gone against, hand-to-hand combat. And she eventually knocks him down, right? And she's standing above him, pulls out a blade, and she's like, he calls him by his first name. Okay, Brucey. Takes off her mask, right? Lady Shiva.
Oh, not where I thought it was going.
Not where
I thought it was going. Okay.
Not where you thought it was
Shiva,
going.
That's cool.
Lady Shiva.
Okay.
And he's like, crap.
Good subversion. Also, good subversion with the Deathstroke thing. Because when you were first mentioning someone, assassinating these targets, I thought you were bringing Deadshot back. I thought you were going to bring Will Smith in.
Nah.
Okay. The Deathstroke thing makes more sense. This is interesting.
Yep. So we have Lady Shiva. She's standing above Bruce, ready to like kill him or whatever. Obviously, Bruce has a plan. He's not going to let her kill him,
Yeah,
But just for a little bit of interest, window busts in, boom, and you have
who busts in?
The window. Someone jumps.
Oh, the window. I thought you said Wendo busts in. I'm like, who the hell is Wendo? I don't know that character.
No, yeah. The window busts in.
Wendo, my favorite character.
And Lady Shiva just gets kicked, like straight in the face. She goes like flying away. And Bruce capitalizes on this, and he hits her with like little taser thing.
Where did he have that?
It's probably just
You know what? Never mind.
Never mind.
I don't want to. If he's naked under there, I don't want to know where he kept that.
I'd assume he got like.
I guess Batman's prepared for everything, so you know.
I'd assume he got like knocked down next, like in his bedroom, so he probably like reached under his bed or something.
He's got like a secret stash of batarangs under the bed.
Right. So it's just like a little taser thing.
Right next to his diary.
Yeah, exactly. He sticks it to her. She gets like tased, knocked out. Right.
Okay.
And the shadowy figure turns. You get a light on him. It's Azrael.
Azrael.
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
So
okay, I have questions about Azrael, but I don't know if should I ask them or should I wait and see if you're gonna answer them?
Go ahead and ask.
Okay. Do you reimagine Azrael as he's a member of the League of Assassins, or is he like with Shiva, or is he still with Order of Saint Dumas like in the comics?
He's right now he's with the Order of Saint Dumas.
Okay.
And he was investigating these murders as well. That's how they met originally in the comics, is they were both investigating a string of murders.
Other question.
Yeah.
Is this John Paul Valley Azrael or later Azrael?
John Paul Valley.
Okay. Yeah,
so
another question.
Huh.
Is this like
You'll see where I take it.
Okay.
You'll see where I take it. Okay.
Okay.
And so
because we all know he takes over for Batman during Nightfall, and I'm curious if
you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see.
I want to see what you do with that. Azrael's cool, man. That's cool. I'm glad you're using Azrael. I like Azrael.
Okay, so Azrael turns to Batman or Bruce, and he helps him up, and he's like, "I'm Azrael." I think
and put some pants on.
That type of thing. Alfred walks in with a tray, like.
He just sees this woman knocked out and this dude in armor just standing there.
Yeah, and he's like, anyone up for tea? Type thing.
Oh shit! God damn it.
So they.
I don't know if he'd play it that way, but okay. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and I'd like to imagine like Alfred just like standing at the doorway, like he's seeing part of it, and he just turns on the light, like, what's going on here?
Do I
should I walk? Master Bruce?
Do I get my gun? Do I get more tea? You want some scones too? I don't know.
Essentially. So
what's the deal here, man? I don't know.
So they decide to tie her up. Azrael. So she already knows. Bruce's Batman. She knows.
Okay.
And the whole affiliation of where she's from. They know as well.
Okay.
They find on her body on her unconscious body a symbol of the League of Assassins.
Okay.
The black symbol, I think it is, right?
I don't know. So some sort of like mark. That's the League mark.
Yeah, that's the League mark. I believe it was black in the comics. And so they're like,
I'm not as well versed on like much of the League stuff besides like the Ray Talia stuff.
Right.
Overall, so.
So after they're done with their tea, they tie up and pursue.
I'm having fun hearing this. I'm not gonna lie, this is fun for me.
They tie up and pursue, bring her to the Batcave, and you get Batman dressed as, you get Batman suited up, and you have Azrael, right? And so Batman knows these people. Azrael is like kind of learning about the League because Batman's telling him about it. And
did he already know who Bruce was?
He already knew who Bruce was.
Okay.
And
have they met before?
No.
Okay.
But he knows of him, and he's like, why were they attacking you? Sure. And so he's like, I might as well tell you, screw it. So he gets in that situation. He's working with Azrael, and they're like, how do we find the League? And so what they do, Batman, brilliant plan, he stages her escape.
Okay.
So they make it, so essentially they go in to interrogate her. They have like loose ropes or whatever.
So they allow her to escape in order to follow her back?
Yeah, essentially.
I like that.
So
that's a very Batman thing to do.
Yeah, so while they're in combat, Batman manages to land a tracker on her, and they're both like knocked down. She escapes, right? And we're just like, crap, where did they go? And Batman's like, I always had a plan,
Why did you go into a Mario voice for something? Crap, but where did they go?
I do things like that.
That's okay.
So they're tracking him down. They're tracking her down. She kind of follows. It's like the docks at Gotham. I don't know any famous docks, but
I don't either off the top of my head.
But anyways, it's gonna be some docks. So they got like
name it after some comic creator is usually what they do.
Yeah, probably.
In the Arkham things, there was like Dixon Docks. It was named after Chuck Dixon, I think.
Right.
So yeah, do that. Dixon Docks. Sure, why not?
Right. So they track her to these docks, right? And they're like, okay. And she kind of like stops moving. So they go and they prepare their assault. Batman and Israel, they infiltrate. They kick some ninja tail.
Heck yeah, ninja tail?
Ninja butt.
Yeah.
Ninja butt.
Good.
They kick some ninja butt. We're going to have them fight Empress again at this point. And she's just kind of already beaten. Or actually, you know what? On second thought, I'm going to have her in just before that fight, just before that scene.
Yeah.
She enters. And she has her talking about her failed mission to her superiors.
So you're talking, her name is Empress Wu, you said?
That's her second. Lady Shiva. The same character. Same character. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I don't know who that is. Okay,
it's the same character.
Is
essentially.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's more common than Lady Shiva, but I first learned of her as Empress Wu. So.
Is it? Oh, so that is that's her name, but she goes by Lady Shiva.
Yeah.
Okay, I was confused because you said Wu once before, and I was like, hold on, I'm confused.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
My bad. I meant Shiva. So
her actual name is like Wu or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know her actual name.
She's based as the old Chinese queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's her.
What? Wu is a Chinese name? Don't hit me for that. Jeez. I'm sorry.
Stop being stupid.
Okay, continue with your pitch.
Okay, so it shows her kind of like bowing before her superiors, like, I failed, I'm sorry.
Clad in shadows again.
And then we
don't see him.
Yep, and then we have just the sword, just him drawing the sword. Her looking up like crap, and then cut. And
talking like Mario again.
Crap!
Oh no!
I'm about to get stabbed.
Minus one more life.
So we have Azrael and Batman, kind of overlooking the docks, and they're about ready to infiltrate. They begin with stealth, right? Mm-hmm. At this point, we're gonna have them pass by. Correct?
So what is Azrael's beef with the League? Do we get into that yet, or why is Batman letting him help?
Well, because he was investigating the murders as well.
Okay, so the League is behind.
Yeah, the League is behind the murders.
Behind Deathstroke.
Yeah, behind Deathstroke.
Okay.
And they made that connection once they were attacked by Shiva.
Okay.
Once he was attacked by Shiva.
Gotcha.
So yeah, they have that whole thing going on. They infiltrate. Stealth at first.
Yeah.
They go by this cargo hold, and it's got a couple of bananas in it.
Did you really?
Gorilla City.
Oh my god. You were joking about this as an Easter egg thing, and I was like, what?
You know what? It's funny, and why not?
Just random prop in the background.
Take it as a joke. I'd put it in the movie, okay?
Shipment of bananas. It's going to Gorilla City.
There you go.
Gorilla Grodd needs his
Gorilla
grub.
Grodd. Yeah.
Gorilla Grodd needs his gorilla grub. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe have some mangoes in there. I think gorillas like mangoes.
No, only bananas. If you want it to be funny, they're just a bunch of bananas. That's
okay.
That's dumb. I also love that because it's it's not intrusive at all if it's just a thing that they walk by.
Yeah.
And you just still see it.
Those are my favorite.
That's funny. That's funny. I like that.
So they have that.
This is a very fun, this doesn't seem like it'll be a silly in tone thing, but I'm having a fun time just talking about this.
So, all right, so Azrael and Batman are infiltrating. They eventually engage in combat and take out some ninja butt. They are attacked by a whole group, and then they beat them down, and eventually they get surrounded, overhead shot, and there's a circle of them around Batman and Israel back and forth. And then we hear a voice yell, "Stop!" Woman's voice. Talia al Ghul makes her appearance, walking in.
Saving her beloved.
Calling Bruce beloved.
Of course, thank you for putting that.
And Bruce.
In front of everyone.
Yeah,
I love how all of the League of Assassins is pretty well aware of who Batman is, but they don't care.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah, whatever.
I think they all, because he was one of them.
In the Christopher Nolan continuity anyway. Some versions too, but not always in the comics. Huh. So your version, he trained with. Okay.
Yeah, in my version, he
just
trained with
that.
Them. Yeah.
One. Okay.
And so she approaches him, puts the finger on his chest, kind of walks around him in a circle type thing.
So
his chin.
So Arkham City toying with him.
Exactly.
Okay. You seem
perfect.
You seem upset. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay.
And so she asks Bruce, her beloved, to listen to her and to walk with her. And so she asks them, and so they start walking. Azrael starts following, and she's like, "No, not him. He waits here."
Ooh.
And
because they have he has a beef with the League. So then they probably, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and so he stays, and Batman kind of nods, and she like kind of like looks at him and like don't touch him. You'll get messed up. Don't touch him. That type of thing. And so they walk into another room, and it's just double doors. They walk in, doors close behind. She locks it, and she's walking up, and she's like explaining like their plan. I don't know if I'd include the Lazarus Pit in this room or not.
Okay.
But I think I would just for.
Or just a Lazarus Pit.
Yeah, a Lazarus Pit.
Because there's multiple ones.
Yeah, there's
usually.
multiple.
Yeah.
I think I would include a Lazarus Pit in this room.
Okay.
And it's kind of like their central like command area, and they have they have like other things like a table like plotting out what they're doing,
Yeah.
And she's like, "Listen, Bruce," and as she's like explaining to him, Azrael busts in. He kicks in the door. He's like, "I got done waiting. What's going on?" And and it's just gonna cut to him. Boom! All of a sudden, a sword just appears straight through him, straight through the middle.
Through Azrael.
Through Azrael. Sword withdraws. He and standing behind him is none other than Ra's al Ghul himself.
There he is.
There he is. And then right as Batman turns, he goes to like fight. Talia sticks a knife right into his gut. Nothing that would kill him. It's like a little.
Yeah.
It's just like a little knife, like right into like it probably just
like at the end of Dark Knight Rises when she has the knife in his gut.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay. I think you're subliminally borrowing from things.
Just.
Okay. All right.
So he like falls to the ground. He's like, I'm in pain. I'm Batman.
I've been impaled.
And so Ra's al Ghul is like approaching him slowly, and all you see is Batman on the floor. He's like, kind of like trying to stand up to go defend Azrael, who's already almost dead at this point, or nearing death.
Yeah.
And
because sword.
Yep. And Ra's approaches Batman. He's like, "You're lucky I'm letting you live." Boom! Kicks him in the face. "Don't ever interfere with my plans again. You know what you're getting into."
So, do we get any revelations from Talia or anything about like what the purpose of them hiring Deathstroke to assassinate those?
Yes, and essentially it's just like they're trying to clean off the political scum. And,
okay, so it's just that they all had like connections to like the mob or something.
Yeah, start off a new government or whatever because they think every government is bad.
The thing of like destroy everything and then the rebirth.
Yeah,
and all
that type of thing.
Okay.
So they do that. He throws Batman just out the window. Remember they're at the dock, right?
Yeah.
So he throws him out the window,
like into the water.
Ooh. We see Batman kind of like he's like passing out, but he manages to drag himself ashore and he just passes out. And then obviously he's in contact with Alfred, right?
Yeah.
And so Alfred tracks him. He gets him he kind of saves his life, pulls him into the bat or whatever.
Like the Batwing.
Yeah, whatever. Then he go back to the mansion. Next shot you have is Batman awakening, and oh crap, I forgot to write down his name. Kelhern, Dr. Kelhern.
Oh, you told me about this, yeah. Dr. Death.
Dr. Death.
You're gonna use Dr. Death. He
was
like a classic.
Yep.
Early first couple issues when Batman first appears.
Right. So what I was gonna have is Bruce is back in Wayne Manor, and he's being tended, or he's Alfred's by his side when he wakes up, and he is like, "Oh, Master Bruce, I was just writing out the check to the private doctor that I hired, Dr. Kelhern, I believe is his name." That's the secondary alias of.
That's cool. So you have like Dr. Death's alter ego being like the doctor that like helps Batman.
Yep.
Come back from death, kind of in a way.
Yep.
And like helping him. That's kind of clever.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I like that.
I kind of wanted to throw that, and I was like, I like that.
Does he ever actually become a villain, like in your universe,
possibly.
Or is it just like a throwaway thing?
I think I don't think he'd be a main.
It's villain, like he might maybe one day.
Yeah,
but like,
he might maybe one day.
Okay.
Just kind of introducing him, like here he is. So obviously, next thing you do is you have Bruce trying to like sit up, stand up, and like I gotta go fight. I gotta go stop the League. Alfred's like, whoa there, Brucey. Don't.
So they're not done hurting people. Like even though Deathstroke is taken out of commission, like what are they doing now?
Right now, I would have them replace, like they're still going through, they're just cleaning up every rich and political figure throughout the entire city of Gotham.
Okay.
So they have like
you're finding other people are still being assassinated.
Yes, and eventually the League is going to take charge. Like their plan is to take charge eventually and establish themselves as leaders of Gotham.
Right. Or rather, put somebody in power who is in their pocket.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Screw it. I had this idea before, but you know what? One of their targets is Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So Batman kind of wants to stop him before they get to his like father figure.
Right.
So
I can't lose another dad.
Yeah.
No.
Right. So, Alfred's like obviously like this is where we see like Alfred caring about Bruce a lot. Like he's like trying to stop Batman. He's like, look, I'll call in the League. This isn't your fight, Bruce. Stay here, you know. And
the Justice League.
Justice League.
Is where you've not
the League of Assassins.
I'm gonna call the League of Assassins and tell them to knock it off. And they're gonna,
I'll smack your head.
So look, Raish baby. All right, we gotta talk. All right, this killing people nonsense. You gotta quit it. This isn't you. It's not the kind of guy you want to be.
No, we're gonna have the revived Superman say that to Raish, though. Okay. that would be Alfred's idea.
Superman just shows back up. Raish, you should just know.
No, stop it, buddy.
Oh, man. Okay.
So, oh geez, where am I?
Alfred's gonna call in the League or somebody, maybe.
Okay, so obviously he can't have that. So Batman's like, okay, crap. What do I do? So we have him going downstairs, and he's like looking in the mirror, and he's like, I can't, you know. And he turns around and he gets in his car and he drives to the Batcave, and he puts on his Batsuit, and he's still in pain because, you know, he just had a knife stuck through his gut the night before, a couple nights before, or whatever, you know.
Okay.
And he's gonna.
This is a more realistic take on him, like actually taking damage.
Yeah.
From that. Okay.
Yeah. So he's like in pain still from the knife, and like he's got stitches and everything, and he's like, crap, I got my butt kicked. I need to go and I need a way to heal myself. And he's like, haha, I know exactly what.
Are you're I don't know how I feel. This is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what you do.
But you'll see.
Okay, I will see.
So he goes and he infiltrates League of Assassins headquarters again, this time only employing stealth.
Okay.
He's not even engaging in combat.
Okay, not even trying to stealthily take anybody out.
Yeah, he's not even trying. He's just trying to get to...
sneaking by somewhere.
He's just sneaking by. It makes it to the main headquarters room. Talia and Raish are nowhere to be found. They're, you know, conducting their master plan somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the Lazarus Pit. You'll see where this goes.
Okay.
So, Batman, he takes off his clothes. He enters the Lazarus Pit.
What is with you in getting Batman naked in this movie? I don't know.
I gotta appeal to every audience.
We did it once in Batman vs Superman when he was taking a shower. We gotta have more Ben butt. We gotta get his butt on screen more. We gotta do it.
So he gets out of the pit, and just having an idea, he takes a sample of the pit, sticks it in his utility belt.
Okay, so he dips into the Lazarus Pit.
Yeah.
So does this? So
we're gonna.
Does your version of the Lazarus Pit not like turn you young and like keep you alive for another couple hundred years or something? Like it does with Raish? Is it more of a...
It's more of like a... It does.
Is it more like Raish does that through prolonged use? Like he has to soak for like hours or something like that? And we get like Bruce dipping for like a minute?
Well, in my version,
something like that?
My version of Lazarus Pit has a couple of different effects.
Okay.
First, it has negative mental effects.
Nah, that usually does.
Yeah, so... It's gonna be like, so he gets out and he's like feeling empowered and he feels I don't know, kind of egotistical, and his idea is like, okay, I can go fight now, right? And he puts his batsuit back on, or maybe he kept it on the whole time just because you're complaining.
Yeah. I just don't know why you want to keep seeing him naked, man. That's just my thing.
Shh, I have to appeal to everyone.
Is this just gonna turn into fan fiction? Talia's gonna show up and be like, "Let me join you," and just like rip her suit off and just
stop.
Okay,
stop. You're ruining my take.
I'm sorry. See, if his film ever actually did get made, this is what the porno version would be like. Because you know there would be.
I hate you.
I'm sorry.
I hate you so much.
I'm just saying, look, man.
I hate you. Stop talking.
Okay, go ahead. So keep going.
So the other effects is it heals, and it'll keep you essentially at the same age you use it. It's not going to be like reversal.
Okay,
age effect.
so this isn't the whole like you're gonna be young forever thing. Like you can stay alive
Yeah.
forever, but it's like as young as when Raish first used it is how young is he's gonna stay.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not gonna have like age reversal.
So
effects. We'll
does
still have-
Raish? Does he? When did he first use the Lazarus Pit? Because I want to know how young he looks. Does he look like he's younger than Batman? Does he look about the same age?
He
does he look a little bit older?
Older than
a little
Batman,
bit. Okay.
Just because like you have a little bit of gray hairs growing, just a little bit. He's probably like early 40s when he first used it, which is actually
so
a long time
about
ago.
what Batman is in this universe.
Is he?
I think so.
Is he that old?
I think he's like early mid 40s.
Yeah, whatever.
Because this is supposed to be a Batman that's been around for a while. So, well, okay, it's fine.
Okay. Anyways, so we have that's about the age that Ray used it. So Batman gets out. He has his clothes on already. I think we've established that.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
He takes a sample, just like, okay, I wonder what I could do with this.
Okay.
He exits
takes
the
some
room.
of the Lazarus Pit.
He exits the room, and first thing he sees is the whole place is cleared out, except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men.
Okay.
You never heard of the 7 Men of Death? They're the league's strongest assassins, right?
Oh, okay.
And so Batman just kind of walks out like, oh, I could take on anybody. And the 7 Men of Death, which are basically Raish's like, Raish kind of had a feeling like, oh, I know what Batman's gonna do. So he sent them there to like trap him.
So his top guys.
Yeah, his very top guys. So Batman is gonna take on the 7 Men of Death in a huge combat scene.
Okay.
Around the thing. And it's just gonna. The point of this. I want this to show like what the Lazarus Pit does, like the strength.
Okay.
And kind
So this is just gonna show him being like, almost like Bane, like hawked up on
essentially.
something.
Yeah, not like hulking out.
Not that he's like, gonna get big or anything. Yeah.
But we're gonna
just
see
like in strength wise, like his strength like greatly increases.
Yeah,
like he's gonna punch someone across the room.
We're gonna see like Batman kick a guy into another guy, and then throw another through the wall, like that type of thing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
And so he takes them out. On one guy, he finds a note, and he's like, or he reads it, and it's gonna say along the lines of, it's gonna be from Raish, and it's gonna say, Batman, if you're reading this, come to the place we first met. So he's like,
okay,
what and I think
this is where you reveal
that
the person in the beginning, in the flashback.
Yep.
Who got him was Raish.
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
I had a feeling.
Yep. So that is
it's a little weird that he just like.
I feel like it's a good opportunity.
I wonder. I don't know if you thought about this or not. The timing's a little coincidental. Did he orchestrate them dying? Okay, all right. You continue with your plot, sir.
All right. So before he heads there, he returns to the Batcave briefly, and he wants to analyze what's in the Lazarus Pit.
Okay.
So he finds out it's like some stuff that like imbues your cells and makes them like work super hard, and then like heals them like because it's gonna like essentially speed up the healing process because cells are gonna like divide faster or whatever, does some crazy stuff to your body basically.
Science does some science,
and because he knows what the Lazarus Pit can do, he manufactures a reversal Lazarus Pit, so something that deteriorates your cells basically.
So cancer.
No, cancer's different. Cancer's a different cells.
So Batman creates cancer and unleashes it upon the world.
My idea of this, it's more of like a bacterial thing. Like if you drop it into a Lazarus Pit, it's going to affect the whole Lazarus Pit.
Okay. So it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's something that needs to be added to the Lazarus Pit, and it just reverses its. Does it revert? Okay. Yeah, it reverses its effects. Okay.
So anyone who goes in there basically just dissolves, right? It's going to be like acid. So he takes that, he heads to the place where his parents were killed, which is kind of where the introduction that, oh crap, Ra's al Ghul is the one that met Batman right after his parents died. He goes there, he sees like he's in crime alley, right?
Yeah.
And he's looking around and he's like, all right, well, he's not here, but I bet he's close by, and he turns on his detective thing, follows him into the theater, right?
Yeah.
And I hate that it's a movie theater because I totally wanted this to be on a stage, but
well, you could work if you wanted it to be on a stage. You could work it that the Monarch Theater was just turned into a stage theater. or something.
Maybe like the older version of the Monarch Theater is a stage theater and they have like an underground thing.
Or they have or like it's both for whatever reason. There's a movie theater and a stage.
Either way, okay. Ideally, this would be on a stage.
Okay.
But if it's not in continuity with the rest of the universe, it can be in a movie theater.
Okay.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Batman walks in and this is a theater and he sees Azrael on stage, right?
Oh.
And he's standing next to Talia al Ghul.
And Azrael's okay.
No, not Azrael. Ra's al Ghul.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
I'm getting names mixed up here. Okay, he sees Ra's al Ghul.
How dare you?
He sees
with all the characters you're using, how dare you mix any up?
Oh my bad. He sees Ra's al Ghul standing on stage next to Talia al Ghul. Mm-hmm. Ra's has got his sword tucked away. He's not worried about anything, right? And Batman's kind of like talking to him, and he's like, "I warned you not to come back, you know. But since you're here, I'll try to convince you of what I'm doing." Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And he's talking to him. And then while he's talking, another figure jumps in behind. Kind of, Batman doesn't, like, kind of like tries to stay like out of earshot, but Batman hears him, turns around. And I hate that I said his name a couple seconds ago.
Oh, okay.
Azrael's back.
That's good. That's cool.
Azrael's back, and so Batman's like, "Whoa, dude, how are you alive, bro?" He's like, "Nice to see you."
Actual dialogue.
Yeah, actual dialogue.
Yep, word for word.
And then Azrael's like,
it's still in the Batman voice. "Whoa, dude, how are you still alive? That's so awesome.
That's so awesome. Wow." And he's like, "Oh, I know what happened. You used the Lazarus pit right after you got whoa, dude."
Oh, okay, we're good with the voice now.
I'm sorry. Hey, you inspired it, okay?
I know, I'm sorry. What have I started? Oh no.
So we have Batman, and instead of, you know, Azrael or Ra's al Ghul explaining it to Batman what happened, Batman's like, "Huh, I know what happened. Let me explain it to you guys, you know, imbeciles." And he's like explaining like what happened in the past. He's like, Azrael used the pit just after anything, whatever. And then Azrael turns out.
Like Azrael working with them now?
Joey, stop talking.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I have questions.
Wait till just after. I'll explain a lot of your questions.
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead.
So Ra's al Ghul is explaining, and then he commands Azrael to attack Batman.
Okay.
And Azrael does so. He starts attacking Batman, and obviously they're both superpowered because they both very recently used the Lazarus pit.
Right.
Azrael's already superpowered because he has like not Superman level strength, but he's strong.
Because the armor does.
Yeah. The arm, not only the armor, I think it's his bloodline as well.
Really?
That does. Yeah, I think so. But he's strengthened. He's fighting Batman, and Batman's like, "No, stop! I'm your friend. Don't do this. They're wrong.
I'm your friend. We just met the other night, but we hung out that one time.
Yeah,
we fought ninjas. That was pretty cool.
We had
remember?
tea, dude. Come on, Alfred.
That's right. Alfred brought us tea. Remember when you told me to put on pants because I was naked?
Yeah, and
I do that a lot apparently.
No, essentially they're arguing morality here, and Azrael has never been too afraid of killing.
So is the idea that Azrael had enough time in the Lazarus pit for it to actually drive him crazy?
It challenged his morals enough to where he's like, "Why am I not killing?" You know, that type of thing. And Ra's al Ghul didn't help the situation at all because he's like, yes, follow my plan. You know? And we have then Azrael and Batman are fighting, and eventually Batman gives in. He catches Azrael's leg, he kicks it in, breaks his leg, then he swoops in, catches his other leg. And I imagine him on the floor, and just because I have done like combat, like personally, I've done a lot of combat training and stuff, and I can imagine Batman like kicking the inside of his thigh while he's on the ground, grabbing his ankle, twisting it, pulling, and just snapping his leg.
That is very, and I think, and you've said before that you haven't seen this or haven't seen the animated movie of this probably either, or read the book, but the Dark Knight Returns. That's very much like when Batman fights the mutant leader in that, where he just breaks all of his limbs and just goes to town and then beats him that way.
Essentially, yeah.
That sounds very familiar like that.
The idea
that's
here
cool.
is that he just broke Azrael's legs and now he can't walk, so he can't walk, can't fight.
Basically.
Then he turns to Ra's, and all you see is Ra's draw his sword, right? And it looks like he's about to attack Batman, and he grabs Talia.
Does he actually stab her?
No, he just grabs her and he's holding her, and he's like, "Batman, this is your last chance. Listen to what I'm saying. Join my cause, or I'll be forced to kill your beloved." That type of thing.
Okay.
And Batman's like challenged so morally. He's like, even though she stabbed me, we have a past, and the fact that Raish is like turning on her, and she's like, what the hell? She obviously had no clue, you know?
Yeah.
The fact that Raish is turning on her, she's caught off guard, and you're like, okay, maybe they won't be aligned in the future.
So Arkham City.
This is why I hate you.
Raish grabs. I'm sorry. I remember you telling me before we did this video, you're like, I realized how much Arkham City is in this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm sure it's different enough. And I'm sitting here going, wow, this is Arkham City.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can okay, here's the thing.
I didn't realize it till after.
It can be filmed and the dialogue can be different enough to the point where it'll feel different.
Yeah.
So because the ideas that a similar thing is occurring doesn't necessarily mean it'll look like a ripoff.
Well, and second of all, Ra's al Ghul isn't the one that killed Talia. Joker is.
Well, I mean, I this time I meant more so after the Ra's al Ghul fight in Arkham City.
Yeah.
When he's holding Talia.
Oh, no, I was meaning, oh shoot, I forgot that even happened.
Yeah, because that's what's going on now.
He doesn't ever actually go through with that, though.
Okay, well, you're right, he didn't in the game.
Yeah.
So. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead with your pitch, though. I'm just noticing some similarities.
So Batman's like, he's like holding a batarang, and he's like, I can't. And then he like puts the thing down. He puts the batarang down, and he's like looking down and crap. And Raish is like, ha, you fell for it. And then he actually stabs Talia. Just because the mental deterioration of Lazarus Pits, and Raish is insane at this point.
His cause is more important than his daughter.
Yeah, definitely.
He's an ass.
Yeah, definitely. So, same way that we saw Azrael get stabbed earlier, Talia is stabbed, right? And we had that whole thing.
Yay, Damien doesn't exist. I'm sorry, you go ahead.
Shut up.
I'm sorry, I know.
And I don't, just spoilers, I don't plan on bringing Talia back in this
really?
continuation.
Wow, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you'd do. I thought you'd bring her back with the Lazarus Pit.
No, and you'll see why.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
And so we have, Ra's al Ghul, and then Batman just goes crazy, and he like fights Azrael. He takes his sword, and he.
You mean Raish?
Yeah, because he's Raish. I keep getting him mixed up. I'm sorry.
He just gets so mad that he goes back to pummeling Azrael, who's crippled on the
ground. No. So we have. Azrael's still conscious.
We're getting so many fun images out of this.
Azrael's still conscious.
Yeah, so he's a watching thing.
Yeah, he's watching. Yeah. So Rachel, and so Batman again engages him on the stage, right? And then Azrael goes to like stab him. Batman takes his sword, turns it around, kills Azrael. Or Ra's al Ghul. He kills Raish.
You have him kill.
I have him kill.
Okay.
And I just straight through the gut with the sword. It was more of like a reactive thing rather than
okay.
It's a combination of he's in the middle of combat.
So he himself looks a bit shocked that he did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
So it was more of an instinctual thing because he let his mind shut off, basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
And he ends up impaling Ra's al Ghul through the stomach or through the heart. And the last shot we see of Ra's al Ghul is him smiling at Batman,
like knowing that Batman has killed him.
Yeah, knowing that Batman has killed, and he's like, "Now you're falling," and he falls.
See, that's really interesting, but I still don't know how I feel about him killing.
And at first, he's like, okay, this is a combination of the Lazarus Pit. First of all, he just had to fight Azrael, so that's like.
So we established that Batman's still not totally in his right mind, and then this happens, so then he goes.
Yeah, he's still heated, like he's still angry. He's not thinking straight.
Okay.
And Ra's al Ghul literally just killed Talia.
Yeah. You know? Okay.
So keep that in mind. He is just seething with anger at this point. He's boiling.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have so Ra's al Ghul, last shot of him is him laughing as he dies, which is kind of jokerish. Okay, fine. We'll just have him smiling as he dies, just kind of looking at Batman. And Batman's like super shocked. He's like, "Did I just do that?" You know? Immediately, his attention is diverted to Talia, and he's like, "Crap!" And he picks her up, runs out of the theater with her. You see him like frantically driving in the back car, right?
The Batmobile. Gosh, get it right.
No, Bat truck this time around, buddy.
the Bat 18-wheeler he's got going on. He's got a minivan, the Bat minivan for all the Robins when he has to drive them to soccer practice.
Right. So we see him driving to the Lazarus pit, right?
Okay, so he wants to bring it back.
Yeah, he's going to the docks.
Fuck Raish though.
Fuck Raish, yeah.
Okay.
No, I think like his idea is he kind of like Raish is dead, like we'll just let that sit, you know.
Okay.
Like we don't.
He's still under the influence of the pit, and he's thinking more for himself than anything at this point.
Yeah, he's thinking like, I need to save Talia. I don't have time for Raish.
Yeah.
So he goes back and he goes up to the docks, and the whole building that had the Lazarus pit just mowed over, completely destroyed, like explosions, and you see.
So
Batman
the League is like gotten like relocated and like gone.
I assume on Raish's orders, because I feel like he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like Raish is kind of the master plan of this. He knew he was going to die. He knew Azrael was going to get his tail kicked, and he knew Talia was going to die. So he didn't want the Lazarus pit being used by anybody else.
Okay, so his whole thing was him trying to get himself killed by Batman.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay,
I'd say so.
Either that or actually getting Batman to join.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the two.
Gotcha.
And we just had the shot of the dock, Batman getting out of the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And him just falling to his knees and like screaming like in anger.
Because he's gone.
Because now he realizes Talia's dead for sure. Next shot, we see BVS again and Batman burying Talia. Because it ended on.
Wait, what do you mean, BV? Oh, like
because
it ended with Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we see Batman burying yet another one person.
I failed her in life, but I won't fail her in death.
Yeah.
He delivers the same line at the end of. He turns to Alfred. He's like, "I need to form a league." He's like, "We already did that." Oh, right. I'm sorry.
I need to form a league. So we see. So he buries Talia Al Ghul. She's dead. That's the last of we see of Bruce Wayne Batman for this film.
Okay.
That's the end of his story for now. And then we cut to Azrael just after they left the theater. He's like crawling.
Just chilling there.
No, he's
legs broken.
He's like crawling out of the theater, right?
Okay.
And we see some members of the League of Assassins kind of bust in. They find Raish dead. They find Azrael with his legs broken. And they kind of pick up Azrael, and one of them kind of throws an awful thing like, "Our leader's dead." Ends right there.
Wait, they do what?
They kind of throw off like one of them throws a line like, "What do we do? Our leader is dead." That type of thing. Their second in command was dead.
Okay, so now they're like, we might disband the League, or are they hinting that they want to make Azrael the leader?
That was what I was hinting.
That's your okay.
That they make Azrael the leader.
Okay.
Which is where I differ from the comics a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I would know where I would go with this in the sequel, where it kind of ties it back in again.
Okay. What's the general idea then?
The general idea is that the League of Assassins is drastically changed.
Yeah.
It's more like what was it? The Order of the Sun.
More like Order of Saint Dumas is what Azrael was a part of in the comics.
Yeah. We see Azrael kind of change from. Anyway, first of all, Batman is now his enemy because he was
right.
Yeah, Batman is now his enemy, so Azrael is a villain.
He's just a straight up villain. Yeah,
he's a villain now.
Okay.
And we see kind of like the Order of Saint Dumas and
the League kind of becoming one.
Becoming one. Yeah.
Okay.
And we see Azrael kind of changing it to that.
Okay, so it's more like the Order.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my whole idea there.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is kind of like another ending cameo right after that.
Yeah.
Right? This would establish the direct sequel.
Okay.
All we see is Penguin chilling. He's just chilling. He's got his feet on the table. He's talking to
in
his
the Iceberg Lounge. Chilling because it's his club, the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah, he's chilling in the Iceberg Lounge.
Yeah.
He's got his high level thugs, and he's just. And
so this would be like post credits or something.
Sort of like that.
Okay.
Or it would be this is the final scene.
Okay, got it.
And we see him with his legs on the table. They're done playing poker or whatever, and he's like, "You know what? I kind of don't like this Batman guy." Cut again. all you see is Blackgate Prison.
Mm-hmm.
Power goes out.
So that's Penguin's doing.
Penguin's doing, yeah.
Okay.
That's what that's implied.
Interesting that you you end with a prison breakout, and I have one in the middle of mine. That's
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Well, what I was gonna my idea for this shot is you have Penguin kind of talking, right, and you have like you have the camera kind of slowly panning in, right, and it's like you still have him talking, but you show Blackgate Prison, right?
Okay, so you show his people cutting the power out.
No, you show like Blackgate Prison, like you see the prisoners, right?
Yeah.
And then you cut back to Penguin, and
okay.
this is very scenic, like
yeah.
And he's still talking, right? And you cut up to his face is like
maybe saying like Penguin saying something about him needing more people.
Yeah,
on his side or something.
Any more people,
okay.
And like you show a couple back and forths of Blackgate to panning into Penguin, and you show his face. But I'm gonna need more people, right?
And then power goes out at Blackgate.
Power goes out at Blackgate Prison. End of the film, credits roll. No after credits.
Okay, man. I feel a little conflicted about your film. I feel a little conflicted because I was like pretty on board up until the end.
Yeah.
The moment you had Batman consciously decide that he's going to use the Lazarus Pit, I feel like there needs to be either more dire circumstances for him to use it, or like for him to like have talked it through in his head or to someone about the consequences are worth it or something.
I don't think he's aware of the consequences quite yet.
Okay, so like it could be like a revelation that like when Azrael starts going crazy, Ra's can say, well, the Lazarus Pit can drive you insane.
Yeah.
Or something like I like that.
Was more of my idea.
The big thing is though that you do a lot of like really radical things in the end. Mm-hmm. Like Batman just straight up kills, and we get no real aftermath, no scene of him being like, "What have I done?" and him trying to think it through, or. I'm interested what the character
he was trying
arc
to fit
of Batman is in this. Of like, does he think at the end that does he realize that like he was being reckless and doing something that he wasn't aware of totally with the Lazarus Pit, and so this is him trying to like get more mature and like really understand, like wanting to use his head more when he does stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say so, but like
I just think we need a scene with like Alfred or somebody where it's discussed,
man, I was thinking about like, I think the place.
And I know we didn't have a whole lot of time to come up with our pitches. So like I totally get that it's just a rough thing.
Yeah.
So like I get that it's not totally fleshed out, and I get that if this actually was made, there would be more scenes there.
Yeah,
like fixing a lot of what I had issues with.
Yeah.
But you made a lot of like really interesting choices that I thought were kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like Azrael.
Yeah.
I like Azrael a lot early on. I like the idea that he becomes kind of almost like a mind-controlled henchman for Ra's in the end. And he's like almost the final fight that Batman has. I think that's cool. I like that a lot. I kind of wish he came to his senses, but I'm intrigued with the thing about him leading the League now.
Well, the thing about Azrael, like throughout the comics, is he always like
he kind of flip flops.
Well, he kind of flip flops, but he always like seems to think that that he can kill, even when he is the Batman.
Yeah, when he became Batman, he started killing people.
He started killing people,
yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of his revelation here. Instead of instead of the suit more having the influence on him,
it's the Lazarus Pit.
The Lazarus Pit.
And that's cool because like that's doing the same thing that happens to him in the comics in a different way.
Yeah,
using something from the comics that does the same thing.
Yeah,
so that's kind of cool. I do like that you had the Lazarus Pit kind of affecting his psychology a bit. I'd be really interested to see an actual live action Azrael in a film. What the costume would look like and everything. That'd be really cool.
I was kind of looking at it and I'm like, you could do a lot with it. Because he has like a very like almost futuristic type, but it's like futuristic yet kind of ancient at the same time. Because you get like the shining armor and like type vibe from it, but you also have like a lot of like things on fire, like his blades like the blades on his wrists are usually like inflamed and stuff. So I'd love to see where that went. I think he would be my funnest character to like just kind of play around with. Yeah, like
visually, I think this could be a cool film. I would like if you gave like Ra's and Talia like cool uniforms and stuff, and like maybe did something really stylish with the League and stuff. Like this is a film that I could see like being really style heavy.
Yep.
Like in terms of like all the like the League headquarters and stuff, and like the shots and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the Deathstroke thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's kind of, like the thing of him being hired to assassinate these guys is kind of cool.
Yeah. I like that because it's kind of a misdiversion towards the beginning. Like, oh, you think either like Deadshot or Deathstroke's
that's
the
what
bad guy. And I kind of want to draw that part out more. Like, I barely touched on that, but I would draw that part out.
No, I think you talked about it well enough that, like, the general audience would get the idea that maybe that's what it is. But you have the race set up in the beginning kind of, like, to hint that is the case. Yeah. I think for a rough thing, this is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I just think hammering it out a little bit more, establishing the whole, like... It's really weird that Ra's just shows up and takes Batman in under his wing without having, like, orchestrated their deaths.
I like what you said.
And Bruce not thinking that maybe Ra's was a part of it because it's convenient that he just shows up then.
Yeah, I'd say so, but I'd say, like, oh, shoot. That could be so that
could be something.
That could be another thing that Ra's reveals when he's talking to Batman in the theater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that he was the League was responsible for making Chill do that.
Mm-hmm. And that could be also another thing that, you know, kind of he sets Batman off to kill Ra's. Yeah,
because that gets him upset, and then he kills Talia. Another thing, I think Talia needs a little more screen time. I think you need to have them, like...
I was wondering,
together, or like have some flashbacks and stuff to really establish that.
I was wondering, I was thinking I'd do a flashback right as she appeared.
Yeah.
Like, she stops, you see her first shot, and you see, like, Batman go into, like, oh, shit. Yeah, like a flashback, like, I had sex with this woman.
It's like when you're in the grocery store and you see your ex over there and you're like, hey.
No, you don't say hey, you walk away. Hey, that rhymed.
It's like, Joey, stop.
I'm a poet.
You have the wrong idea. Just leave.
Yeah,
no, that's not what you do.
No. It's like, stop.
Get over her.
You see her and like, if you see her picking up lettuce, it doesn't matter if lettuce is the last thing on your grocery list. You go to the opposite side of the store.
You go there. You're like,
and you go pick up a pair of shoes. Like, it doesn't matter.
What grocery store do you go to?
Walmart.
Okay, good point. Fair point. Because they have that thing. I love how you had that so prepared and ready.
Yep.
As an excuse. Yeah, no, I like the focus of the League of Shadow. I'm sorry, that's what they're called in Batman Begins, League of Assassins.
I mean, the title of the thing is Dancing
Shadows.
Yeah,
you said Dancing Shadows. I wondered where if the title was ever going to come into play.
Yeah, I was thinking about possibly naming the League of Shadows instead of League of Assassins. But I like League of Assassins.
I'm not trying to dig on you too hard. I don't think a Batman movie with that title ever gets made.
You know,
I'm just saying that's not the title they go for.
What was the title of yours?
The Secret of the Batman was what I wound up with.
I don't think that ever gets made either. Good luck, kiddo.
Well, screw you then too, okay?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, people thought they would never do just The Dark Knight, not have Batman in the title.
That's true.
You never know.
So, I think overall, like, just kind of in retrospect, because yours was really in depth with a lot of your scenes, and I didn't really go too far in depth with a lot of my scenes.
I know we only had a little bit of time before we recorded this to come up with this.
Yeah, but you didn't sleep last night.
I'm not gonna lie. I've had like 3 different like whole like Batman outlines kind of done already, and so I just thought like, well, I wanted to do one like this at one point, so I brought in a lot of old ideas that I had. Honestly, and just kind of retrofitted it to the Batman versus Superman type Batman.
Honestly, when you mentioned this yesterday, I got straight into thinking, and I was like, oh crap, I don't even know what villains I'd use. And
shoot, I'm sorry, but I do think, you know what? Overall, I think this was fun. I think this was a fun beginning.
Heck yeah.
And you know, sets the tone, sets the stage a little bit for some future ones.
Oh, heck
yeah. So we are going to be doing some more ones in the near future. So Owen, since I picked the Batman topic for today, specifically a Ben Affleck Batman film set in the DC Extended Universe, what is your prompt for next time? I think I know what you're gonna go with, unless you've totally changed your mind. I think I know what you want to do.
I think you're correct. Okay. And man, she's been one of my favorite characters ever in Marvel. She's by far my favorite Avenger, by far.
An Aunt May solo spin-off film.
An Aunt May.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm kidding.
No, I want Marvel Extended Universe.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because they named their universe correctly. DC did not.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I want an Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
solo film.
So just Scarlet Witch in the MCU.
Scarlet Witch, yep.
Okay.
That would be the title, Scarlet Witch.
Okay. See, I was wondering, you'd mentioned it to me before that you thought you wanted to do that. I was wondering if you would just say a Scarlet Witch movie, and then I would trick you and be like, this is in the X-Men universe, sucker. And so I have like introducing Scarlet Witch there. That's what I would do. No, honestly, I wouldn't even want to do that. I don't think I'd have a good pitch for that.
Here, you can do Scarlet Witch. You can put colons or whatever.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously we can make up more titles
but
and
it's
stuff.
Scarlet Witch.
So
MCU.
Next time on Movie Pitches, we are going to be doing a Scarlet Witch film.
The title is up for change.
Up for debate. Well, I mean, I didn't establish we had to come up with a title for ours. We just came up with stuff.
No, I meant the title of the series. You know.
Oh,
it's
I'm just calling it Movie Pitches for now. I mean,
it's a bit undefined.
If we come up with a title, if you have a better idea for a title for this series, then let us know. And in fact, let us know your thoughts on both of our pitches. Talk about what was cool, what wasn't cool. Maybe give a brief pitch of your own. I'd love to hear what other people think.
Heck yeah.
That a solo Ben Affleck Batman movie would be like, because I think there's a number of directions they could take it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it's cool, and I love the director behind it, Matt Reeves, who did the last Planet of the Apes and the new one that's coming out.
Right.
I think he's a good choice. I'm excited. I can't wait to see it.
And definitely, if you guys yell at us in the comments, try not to be too harsh.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because, I mean, as we said before, we're only professionals, and we know everything about everything.
Exactly,
so, gotta be a little nice to us.
Right, look forward to the next one, Scarlet Witch.
Yes, indeed. I don't know as much about Scarlet Witch, so I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna try to make this really good. I'm gonna
bounding ideas.
I know you do. I know
it's gonna go so cosmic and so mystical.
Oh gosh,
it's gonna be fantastic. All right, we'll see you guys next time on the Superhero Fan Show.
All right, catch y'all later.